Hello everyone and welcome to Claret and Booze. My name's Nick. This is a daily ramble and I'm back in the office because it's not 45 degrees anymore and I can breathe. It's nice. I've got a nice cool breeze going right through me Velux windows. It's lovely. It's lovely. No fan either. Got a lot to talk about today. As always, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe and don't forget, drop a like on the video. That's the most important bit. It really helps us. Welcome to all the new subscribers as well. We had a massive influx just recently. Right, so you'll remember, I'm going to start on a couple of things. I'm going to be getting into the players that we're linked with. So I'm basically going to be almost reading out X's latest update. And you lot can tell me who these players are. I haven't got a clue. We won't be signing any of them. But I'm going to tell you who they are, who we're linked with anyway. And you can tell me that. So I'll be running through that. I'm going to be talking about the fallout from Kudus. But before I get there, I've got a bit of a personal story I'm going to share with you as well. Because it really perked me up. I kind of needed it. And then I'm going to give Gio's... Well, I'm going to do it now, actually. Gio's raffle that I spoke about last week, where there are 4 prizes. You've got the Kevin Nolan match-worn shirt. You've got the signed Jared Bowen shirt. And you've got the 2 signed captain's armbands. You've got until 9:51 or something tonight, I think it is. It's a bit of a weird time because I think he started the raffle at a weird time. So basically jump in there and go and grab yourself your last few tickets and see if you can beat me to the Kevin Nolan shirt. Also, it is, as I've already said, it's for a really good cause. It's not something that I can talk about because it's personal to Gio. So you will find a link to that in the description of this video. Right, now, I'm going to give you a bit of a personal story, so I'm sorry if I'm going to be self-indulgent, but I know a lot of people are down in the dumps at the moment. You're losing faith and this, that, the other. Faith in West Ham, faith in life. It's difficult out there. Well, I've been struggling, personally, so it's a quick personal story, all right? Please don't be nasty in the comments, because this has cheered me up. I needed it. It's approaching 10 years since my dad passed away. I've lost both my parents, but... my dad most recently, which was a decade ago today, and I've been struggling for the past few days. I've been getting very uptight, and I've been putting it down to all sorts. West Ham, but I've been massively overreacting. In fact, yesterday I wanted to do a video, but I couldn't because I was too angry. I've just been emotionally all over the gaff. Anyway, it's my son's going to prom today as well. My son's 16 and he's going to his prom, so he's all suited and booted, but he needed a pair of cufflinks. So I've gone to find him a pair of cufflinks today. And I'm having a little look. I'm having a rummage around. And basically, I've opened up a drawer where I thought I'd stored my cufflinks. And I saw a cufflink box. But I didn't find a pair of cufflinks. I found my dad's watch, which I haven't seen for the best part of 10 years. Not seen it. I'd forgotten I had it. And yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've probably not cried since around about that time either. And I did. I burst into tears. And I really needed that. So yeah, people can call these things coincidence. You can call it what you want, but that's fucking weird. And in a cufflink box as well. Yeah. Right. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about mushy stuff now. Because that is mushy. But it has perked me up. It's put me in a much better mood. So much so that I'm not going to probably not be as ranty as what I otherwise would have been. My dad's calmed me down. Going to talk about the fallout from Mohamed Kudus next. So I've seen many people do videos on Mohamed Kudus because it's a story of the day. You know, Mohamed Kudus going to Spurs. And everyone's got a different take on it. Everyone's got a different angle. There's a lot of people that are angry with the club. There's a lot of people that are angry with the player. The people that are angry with the player are the same people that have been slagging him for the past year as well, ignoring the fact that only Aaron Wan-Bissaka was probably the only player that could hold his head up last year. Jared Bowen's goals, yes. But in terms of player performances, who else could you say played well for West Ham in the past 12 months? Who? There isn't anyone. But he's been the one that's been the focus of attention for an awful lot of people. And, you know, I ran a poll before as well. I ran a poll before this window to say, would you let Kudus go? And even on this channel, I would say more than 50% will say, no, let him go. Get rid of him. They focus on him. You know, he's lazy, he's this, he's that. Even though his stats, goals aside, his running stats, his challenges, ball carries, they're up there with what he produced the year before. It's just that we're playing in such an unbalanced team now with 5 defenders, 2 central defensive midfielders, and the goalkeeper. That's 8 players are defensive-minded with 3 attacking players. It's completely unbalanced. And it's been awful. It was awful under Lopetegui. And you've got a guy in Kudus that can play well in either the 8 in the middle, the 10 in the middle, or on the right wing. Where have we been playing him? We've been playing him on the left, where he can't cut in. He can't exploit that big open pitch. He can't drive into play. He's also been playing under managers that don't want a ball carrier. They don't want a dribbler because they want control. Dribblers, there's no control there. You don't know what they're going to do. They'll just buzz all over the place. So they've been trying to clip his wings as well. And we saw that under Lopetegui especially. There was a falling out there. So he hasn't suited Lopetegui and he doesn't suit Potter because they don't want, players like that. I like unpredictable players, personally. I like Mavericks. But these types of managers don't. So that's the first thing. I think Kudus got an unfair, unfairly criticised. If it had been the whole team, but from a large portion of the fan base, they was focusing on him, hating him and ignoring everyone else. And I think so many players have suffered as a result of these poor managers that we've had now. It's been a massive waste, a huge waste of talent. Ridiculous. I've put the graphic up already so many times now, showing you the team that we could have had, but we've never once seen it. It's always got a massive sprinkling of shit in the team that drags everyone else's levels down. I don't know why that is. I've got no idea why a manager would do that. It makes no sense, but they've all done it. They've all done it. And the other thing that I've heard people say is that kind of old adage, he's only used us as a stepping stone. Right, okay, so he came from Ajax, where he was already an established European player and everyone knew who he was, playing in the Champions League, to come to West Ham, and he's using us as a stepping stone. Well, if he was looking for a stepping stone, I've already used this joke elsewhere, but he's missed a stone and he's trod in shit. That's what's happened. He's gone backwards in terms of club. We haven't done him any favours. We haven't, Some great memories. If you want to remember who Kudus is, go back and watch the official West Ham video from his first season. Go back and look at some of the goals, the assists, the driving runs, the way he just beats everyone off the ball. He's got crowds of people around him. He still comes out with the ball. Go and have a look, just to remind yourself. And the other thing with Mohamed Kudus as well is people are blaming him and they're calling him all sorts of names. Kudus to Judas. For going to Spurs. If you're angry with anyone, you have to be angry with the club over this. I'm talking the manager who's sanctioning this deal because he don't want him, because he can't use him, and the club who they will sell him to our nearest, most hated rival, Spurs. That's what they'll do. But it's Kudus to Judas. We've got a club that don't want the player. We want to cash in. The club are touting out constantly. We have to sell. We have to make money. We have to sell him to anyone. To the point where we will sell him to Spurs. What's happened is Levy's contacted West Ham and said, "Can we buy Kudus?" And they've probably said to Kudus, "Would you be interested in going?" And he's probably gone, "Yeah." That's not the player's fault. And with all due respect, if I'm not a West Ham fan, where would you rather be at the moment? I know they had a bad season last year, but where would you rather be? We're a mess. Thomas Frank wants him as well. Now, look, I hope it don't happen. I really do hope it doesn't happen. But I do think it's rich that we've got fans that have been slagging him off all year that are now slagging him off for leaving. It'd be like me slagging off Thomas Souček for leaving. I wouldn't. I'd be celebrating. But they're acting like scorned exes that have treated their other half like shit for a year, and now they've got the up because their other half has found someone better. You can't act like that. You look stupid, as far as I'm concerned. I really do hope that somebody else does jump in on this deal. Anyway, I do. But ultimately, I don't think the player wants to be here. But ultimately, I don't reckon any player wants to be at West Ham at the minute. It's just that certain players can leave because there's clubs interested in them. We've probably got 90% of our players don't want to be here. I would hazard a guess, that they would jump at the chance of doing what Kudus is getting the opportunity to do if they could do it. It's got nothing to do with what you want. It's got to do with what you can do. and we're selling one of our most saleable assets, and he's saleable because people want him because he's good. But you can keep telling yourself otherwise. You can. You know, the proof will be next season, wherever he goes. I hope it's not Spurs. Okay, well, that's enough Kudus talk anyway. I am bored with it now. I am, and I am going to be completely and utterly disgusted, and I think I'm going to go on I'm going to have my first West Ham breakdown. I know I've been getting angry a little bit of late, but I think if that happens, if they do sanction it, that is the worst thing that this club could do to this fan base at the moment. But anyway, let's have a look at the update from X in terms of these players. So he talks a bit about Kudus. I'm not going to read that out. I've just spoken about him. Where are we? Oh, fuck me. It's all about Kudus. Right. Naif Aguerd. There's been a U-turn. Sounds like Keir Starmer. With Naif Aguerd. No club is yet to make an offer that West Ham deem acceptable. There's been interest shown for from Spanish teams, a couple of French teams, including Marseille, and an Italian side, Juventus, but no offers that the club are happy to entertain. West Ham are also said to be quite happy to keep the Moroccan international. Well, he'll be thrilled, wouldn't he? I'd be happy if we kept him. I've already said, as far as I'm concerned, I don't expect any of these players to want to be at West Ham. You've got to make them want to be at West Ham. It's like a relationship. You're just going to quit every time things go bad or things get wobbly, or you're going to work on your relationship and come back stronger. We've got to identify why these players are unhappy, the better players, and try and figure out a way to fix it so they want to stay. They don't want to stay at the moment because we're shit. That's why. Right, so that was... Right, we put the question to a top source at the club to find out the situation, and we were told no offers that would be of any interest to us for Aguerd. Still talking about Aguerd. Right, this doesn't mean that the centre-back search isn't as much of a priority. No, this does mean that the centre-back search isn't as much of a priority as it was before. But we've still got a number of targets on our list, including Cresswell, who's a good player, young English kid, who used to play for Leeds. Lucas Hogsberg, couldn't tell you, of Norgeland. Sindri Wally Igeli, don't know who that is. Christian Mwissa of Monaco. Who the fuck are these players? Albion Hajari of Lugano and Coney de Winter of Genoa. There's other targets too, but for the sake of the link for this update, basically we're scattergunning the shit out of this window. There was a talk of the Senegalese right back as well. Or left back. He's a left back, sorry. Can't think of his name. He's a Diouf, isn't he? He's another Diouf. Plays for Sparta Prague, so plays at a really high level. Did play in the Senegal game and had a good game against England, but then again, you know, it's international football. Do you not remember Mavropanos getting a man of the match performance against us not so long ago? From what I've been told about this player, is he's a left back that can play, moving further forward, but he ain't quick, as others have reported. He's 6 foot. He's not fast. He's got a good delivery on him, but he's not tricky, and apparently he can't defend. So what I've been told is he can't defend, but he's 20, and he's raw, and there's loads of development there. But these are the types of players. I haven't got an issue with a signing. I said this the other day. You buy these players when you've already got a fully functional first team. It's like Guilherme last year. Probably Guilherme was the wrong player at the wrong time, or the right player at the wrong time. You know, when you've already got a built team, you then go out and you buy these players in the background so that they're there and they can come through underneath and supersede what you've got. That's the right way of doing it. But what we're doing is we're getting rid of all of the, apparently getting rid of all of these senior players, the most talented ones anyway, and we're just going to buy loads of young kids. We're going to put them in now. That's what we're doing. So it's a massive gamble. Look, if it comes off, fair play. The other one, and I said this, if you don't remember, when I spoke about Dominic Calvert-Lewin and the senior source had said that we weren't going to be signing Dominic Calvert-Lewin because of his injury record. Well, now it's been released that we are looking at him. And I said that at the time. I said I didn't believe it. We've been chasing this guy for ages. He's on a free. There's no way we're not interested. And we would be looking at improving on his £100,000 a week. That's what we're looking at, people. Apparently, there's 2 deals for players to come into West Ham that's almost done. I know we've signed Dominic Cummings, but I don't think that's one to talk about because he ain't going to be in the first team this year. It's not going to happen. Best of luck to him, though. Best of luck. Welcome aboard. But the two players that I think it is Brownhill. Brownhill. This is no inside information. Nothing. I think it's Brownhill and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think that's where we're going. So yeah, I just don't know. I know a lot of people want to get hyped up about this window. They're taking anything that they possibly can to sort of jump on board with it. And I get it. Look, if that's what you want, if that's your bag, that's fine. But I'm sort of done with it. And I am firmly now at the stage for the first time ever in my West Ham life where I finally subscribe to, if they ain't wearing the shirt, I don't fucking believe it. We've been linked to 150 players. It's growing. The list is growing. These names, I mean, they pull these names out of a hat, you know? So, yeah, I don't believe any of it. What will be, will be. You know, we'll just have to let this season, this window play out and then assess it at the end. But one thing's for sure, if they do sanction Kudus to Tottenham, I'll tell you what, if Potter has sanctioned the sale of Kudus to Tottenham for 60 million, he better make sure there's some fucking good players coming in with that money. If he's saying, I can't work with that player, sell him, and we're selling him for 60 million. Because I'm pretty sure if Potter said, I want to keep him, he's important to what we're doing, we'd have to keep him. But if we're selling him for 60 million, the players that he brings in, they better be fucking good. Because I tell you lot something, Kudus ain't nowhere near as bad as what you think he is. Anyway, look, that is it from me. All right, I hope you enjoyed the show. And I will speak to you all soon. Come on, you irons.